the live button. So any other talking? We're live. We're Sports Talk with Attitude. We're back. A lot of things happened since last night. When I say a lot of things, I'm talking about how the Pittsburgh Steelers beat up on them Dallas Cowboys. But besides that,
I figured you was gonna come with that preseason game 5. None of that. So does that matter? Does that mean Super Bowl for Pittsburgh because they won a preseason game?
no, that means that they're gonna every time they come encounter Dallas, they're gonna put that whipping on them. That's what that means. We want to welcome you back to Sports
the
Talk.
last time they played in the Super Bowl, Pittsburgh got their butts whipped by the Cowboys. So I don't want to hear that.
That was what, 20 years ago? 20 years ago today.
So does it count?
Huh?
Does it count?
Oh yeah, it counted back then.
It counts anytime. So if you're saying it didn't count, so the 4 Pittsburgh Super Bowls that they won in the 70s don't count.
Oh, all those count.
But then if you count those, you got to count the one we got whooped in the 90s too by the Cowboys.
Well. Here we go.
If you gonna count the 70s, if you gonna count the ones in the 70s, you got to count the ones in the 90s.
It does count. Dallas did beat up on them in the Super Bowl. They took them.
So we 2-1. Pittsburgh is 2-1 against the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. I get it.
Oh, okay. So that counts. There you go.
But yeah, I always count them. I've always counted. I counted Pittsburgh's 4. I count the Cowboys 4. So y'all got 6, right? Or
yeah,
5.
We got
you got
6.
5.
I think we got 6. 6 or 7, 8. I lost count after 5. I lost count.
Don't try to go up to those 6 or 7 or 8. That's you.
I lost count. We kept on winning so many. I just like, you know what?
Yeah, you ain't won that many.
I'm not referring to another team.
How many has been won?
I think 3.
No.
No, Ben won 2. Big Ben has taken us to 2 Super Bowls.
Right. Ben has won 2. That's why I said you got 6. Cowboys got 5. New England got 6.
Is that all?
That's it.
Well, we got a chance to come back on them, huh?
Well, so you say. Now Tom Brady got 7.
Yeah, Tom Brady got 7.
Right. But New England got 6. San Francisco got 5. Cowboys got 5. Denver got 3. You know, Tampa Bay got 2 now. I think Green Bay got 4. Yeah, Green Bay got 4. They won the first 2, and then Favre got them 1, and Aaron Rodgers got them 1.
Yeah, so Ben won us 2 of them.
And so now you're done with Ben, aren't you? And I know you're done with the coach.
No, I'm not done with Ben. I love Ben Roethlisberger. He's still one of my favorite players.
But you're done with the coach.
We'll see this year. We'll see. He's
Give me all them stats about what he ain't done and everything like that. Never had a losing season in all his years.
Depends on what he's had a winning when it comes to the amount of games that he's won. Yes, he's never had a losing season. But when you get to the point to where you don't have to fight and don't win the Super Bowl, and to where when I talk about Julio Jones, who is a great player, when I talk about he's just for the stats, if I'm just playing for stats, what type of man am I really? Am I really trying to get us into the Super Bowl, or am I okay with just so long we have a winning season, am I doing just enough not to get fired?
But you can't go to the Super Bowl if you don't have a winning season. You got to start with the wins first, right?
Well,
like last year, you was 11-0 or 12-0, whatever it was.
Exactly, and then we didn't make it we barely made it into the playoffs.
No, you was in the playoffs. No, when you won the division outright. You won 11 in a row. You in the playoffs.
Hey, what happened?
There was no question about that.
But what happened to the Steelers after one
when
game?
You got into the playoffs, a better team beat you. That happens every year.
We gave up. The team gave up.
Gave up, or maybe a better team beat you. How about that? Is that possible?
No.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
When you know how they say, any given Sunday, any team can rise up and beat any team.
Yeah,
So,
that's in the regular season. They don't say that about the playoffs.
but when you
They don't say that. They say that about the regular season. They don't say that about the good teams that get into the playoffs because they're a good team too. That's how they got into the playoffs. There are 30 teams in the league, 32 teams in the league, and only what 12 or 14 make the playoffs.
But that doesn't mean a better team beat us. When we've gone and won all that many games, I can't actually say that a better team beat us. I could say that team did beat us on that day, but I really can't say that was a better team. Just because they happen to win,
remember,
doesn't mean that it was a better team.
So just so you know, when I say a better team, I'm talking about on the day that you played, not all the whole season. I'm saying the day that
they were a better team.
A better team won. That's
on
all
that
I'm
day.
talking about.
Yes, sir. I agree with you on that.
Right. So I ain't saying that Cleveland was a better team overall, but I'm saying on that day, they were a better team.
On that day, they were a better team. I agree with you. 100%.
But that's with the Super Bowl. Remember, Kansas City was supposed to win 2 or 3 in a row. But on the day that they played Tampa Bay was the better team on that day.
Oh, yeah.
Mahomes was running for his life the whole time. He couldn't do nothing good.
Not taking my truck? Oh, I thought you said my vehicle.
So
I agree
you're
with
right
you
about that on that particular day.
Yes, sir. Any given Sunday.
Right. So let's talk about the gold medal basketball game on tonight.
Oh, you talking about USA you're going to lose tonight? Is that what you said? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what you said. You said at best they would win bronze. They already.
This isn't the final game, though, right? This is still semifinals, right?
No. Tonight is the finals. Tonight is gold and silver, baby.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So they won the last game.
Yes.
So they beat Australia?
Yes. Blew them out.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
so now they're playing for the gold tonight.
Let's see here. NBA Olympic
against France.
So what was the score of the game last night?
The other night, I think they won by 15 or so, something like that.
Okay. So let me put up a schedule because do you remember?
There's maybe one game left.
Today's semifinals.
Remember, they're ahead of us over there by 5 hours or 6 hours, something like that.
Who are we supposed to be playing? Serbia?
No, Serbia got beat by France. We playing France.
Let me see here. I'm trying to pull this up
for the gold medal tonight.
so I can speak intelligently on this. Trying to pull this up. Semifinals. Where's finals? I might be in the women's or something. Let me say United States and Japan. Oh, I'm on women's.
You don't want to be all that, brother. We ain't trying to.
Okay, gold medal game, 10:30 p.m. France and the U.S. That's where we are.
There you go. Gold medal game.
So let me see semifinals. There we go. United States and Australia.
What did they do?
It was 97-78.
So 97-78 is 18 points, 19 points.
Right. I had predicted the U.S. 125 and Australia 98, something like that. I think that was my prediction.
You didn't give us. I didn't get that prediction. I just got the one that said they're gonna win bronze.
Oh no, I wrote it down on the board that the United States was gonna have 125 and Australia was gonna have like 98. I think that's my score prediction.
You didn't share the board with me. But initially you gave us a bronze. You remember that, right? Did you put that on the board?
Initially, but when our last conversation was they were gonna win 125 to 98, but they're gonna lose tonight. They're going to lose in the finals.
You sticking with that?
Yes, sir. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So let me see. They won by 15. I thought they was going to win by.
They won by 19.
19. I thought they was going to win by 20. I think I said like 27 points. They're gonna win by. Yep.
But the initial prediction was bronze. I don't want you to ever step away from your initial position.
My initial was they're going to take at first I thought they weren't going to make it. Initially, I said they weren't going to make it, and then I went
because they lost some preseason scrimmage games.
Right
before the Olympics even started, they lost some games, and everybody was all up in the arms. They ain't this, they ain't that, and I said then we're winning the gold.
But then I think our last conversation or conversation prior to, I think I did say silver. I was thinking third place bronze, but I said silver accidentally. So I guess they're going to walk away with a silver.
Oh, that's the minimum. But they're going to win the gold tonight.
I don't know.
Well, I'm saying I know. You guaranteed silver. I'm guaranteeing gold.
I'm guaranteeing.
I mean, if they lose, they're going to get gold. I mean, they're going to get silver regardless.
Oh, so which one you want? So you're sticking with the gold?
Gold.
Right here, right now, we got the book is open saying that the United States men's basketball is going to take the gold.
Yes.
And the armchair QB saying that they're going to take the silver.
I mean, they lose tonight.
When they lose tonight.
Yeah, they have to lose in order to get the silver.
When they lose tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Guaranteed.
Yeah, but I've been hearing these guarantees before, and each time they step a little bit further, then it changes.
Oh yeah.
So, because the initial,
it depends.
I'm just saying the initial guarantee was bronze.
Well, the initial guarantee was they weren't going to make it at all.
Okay, so you missed that guarantee. Then you missed the bronze guarantee. Well, so now we get to give you a third guarantee. Oh, silver.
This is it right here.
Well, yeah, because this is the last game.
No, this is my last guarantee.
Well, it's the last game too. So if you want to go against them, you got to pick silver. You don't have no choice.
Silver it is for the United States. They're going to get blown out tonight by 1 point. I'm just kidding. But that is my prediction, though. I'm surprised that they're, not surprised. But Kevin Durant, he's really pouring it on. I didn't get a chance to see the game against Australia. I'm sure KD did what KD did. Yes, I'm sure they had that. They put that magnet in that basketball, so when he shoots it, it goes right for the rim, and it goes in. I'm
so
sure.
Do they change the magnet when the other team gets the ball? Because the magnet is still in there. They don't know who's shooting it. The ball don't know.
It's activated upon shot. It's activated upon the shot, and it's on the rim. It's in the ball. It's
armchair conspiracies.
It's been NBA fake for a very long time. NBA, not NBA fake, but how you say that? NBA fake. NBF for a very long time.
Well,
and
we have finally come to it where we say it's all fake. It's all for the NBA, for them to win everything.
It's not all fake. It's kind of like wrestling. So there is a lot of real parts to it. Okay. But it's true that when they find somebody that's on fire like that, he just coming out throwing that ball up just magically, and it's all going in.
But they don't change the ball when the other team gets it.
Oh no! But you got
same ball.
The same ball.
So how come it's not magnetized to the other rim?
It's easy to turn it off and on. No. It's controlled upon the shot.
No.
It's controlled when
so in between, they get it, shoot it, the other team get it, shoot it. Somebody's over there flipping the switch every time.
Exactly. Okay. You got it.
Okay. You got it. I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't buy that. I don't buy that for a second.
You don't buy that.
You don't either. I know I know this is your conspiracy side of you. I know you ain't buying into that. You don't believe that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Wholeheartedly, 100%. That ball and rim are magnetized. I'm looking what camera's on. Which one is it? Which one?
Well, I got a question for you.
Is it this one right here?
Yeah.
This one right here. That ball and rim are magnetized, and
answer one question.
Somebody up in the booth somewhere.
You answer one question with facts. Show me any proof of it.
Oh, okay. Let me pull a video where it shows us the spin of the ball stopping at a certain time when it gets close to the rim. It's spinning,
Okay.
spinning, spinning. When it gets to the rim,
Okay.
before it touches anything, the
Okay.
spin stops and it goes
Show
in
me.
the rim.
Show me.
I gotta get. I'll do it. I will do it offline because I have to get authorization to show that on the show. If I got authorization to show that, because it's actually NBA.
Now, is it going to be proof, or you just going to show me a ball to stop spinning? Are you going to have any proof?
I'm going to show you a shot with a ball spinning, 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 and when it
A
gets
shot.
close to the rim.
Now you know during
I
the
can pull
game,
multiple.
each team puts up over 100 and some shots a game. So you're going to show me one shot that the ball stops spinning, and that's going to prove that there's a magnet in the ball for the U.S.
No. I'm not. It's not in the Olympic. It wasn't an Olympic game. It's in a regular season game.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Olympics.
No, I'm just showing. I'm gonna show you regular season. So I got a question for you. Is it possible, physically possible, for the ball to stop spinning?
Yes.
With no,
Yes, because I knew guys that played ball, when they shot their ball was like a knuckleball. It didn't even have spin. It just kind of.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that, sir.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. When they shoot the ball, no spin. But I'm saying, is it possible for a shot to go off, the ball spinning, and then there's nothing else that comes in contact with that ball? There's no other force to make that ball stop spinning before it hits anything else, before it goes into the basket.
Before I can believe something like that, you got to show me that happening.
I'm just asking you, is it possible for a ball to stop spinning if there's no other force that acts upon it?
I guess anything is possible. But if you're telling me you're going to tie it to a conspiracy whereby in the NBA it starts spinning because of the magnet that's stopping the ball, and they want the other team to win, and you got to show me more than just a ball that stops spinning. You got to give me some proof. That ain't proof.
Anybody on here, besides the point, take out the fact that I said that the ball and rim are magnetized, and there's some type of conspiracy theory behind the shots going in. Anybody out there who listens to this today, tomorrow, or whenever, please put in the comments if it's possible for something that's in motion to stop that motion without another force acting upon it. I want to know your comments. Is that possible? Is it physically impossible? Is that physics, or is it speculation or conspiracy theory that a ball can stop spinning? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction to make it change. That's all I'm saying. So therefore, I'm going to show that to you, Mr. Ralph.
Well, you got to show it. That's what I'm saying. But until you can say that, but till you show me that somebody shot the ball that's spinning, and then that ball stops spinning before it gets to anything and nothing else, I just want to see it.
If I'm right, you're going to buy me a coffee?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take that coffee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You need a coffee? I got you. I got you. But you gotta show me. You gotta show me this action, though.
Can I get a donut too?
You can get a donut now. Oh, by the way, she's not open this week, so.
Oh, King's Donut's not open.
Right. So she sent us a text saying that she had emergency surgery.
Oh my! Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hope she's gonna be okay.
Yeah, she's not. So we're not gonna be up there tomorrow because she had to close down because she had a surgery that came up.
Well, I hope she's going to be okay.
Yeah, I do too. We've been praying for her. Absolutely. So yeah, so that's a pretty serious situation there. But yeah, all you gotta do is just show me that action that somebody shot the ball and it stopped spinning, and you think that's because there's some conspiracy or somebody pushing the button to stop the ball. Because whether it's spinning or not, if it's going in the basket, it still goes in. I don't know why it stopped spinning. Why is that an issue? The most important thing is, did it go in the basket?
No, the most important thing would be, how did the ball start spinning when it didn't come in contact with anything else?
Does that matter if it goes in the basket?
Yes, it does. That means something is controlling.
But you got to prove that. You can say anything. We can speculate on anything, but it's all speculation if you don't have any proof. All I'm saying is, when you show me something, you got to come with, oh, here's a picture of something happening, but you got to have some explanation behind it. You can't just say, oh, look at that. That's got to be what it is without proof.
Were the weapons of mass destruction?
No.
There weren't.
No.
You sure?
We didn't find none.
We didn't find
I know somebody, the young lady that worked for me at the time that went down, her husband was a military guy. He was on that mission. I've talked to him personally. He went in there. They didn't find weapons of mass destruction.
Did they find? Here's the thing about that, though. The weapons of mass destruction they were referring to, from what we thought we were talking about now, I know we're getting back on the sports, were they actually physical weapons, or could it have been a chemical warfare that he was referring to that as of today with similar to the coronavirus? That could have been a weapon of mass destruction that he was referring to. George Bush was looking for one thing, but it was actually something else.
But when George Bush sold us on weapons of mass destruction, they explained to us what that was, what they were looking for. They did not find that. Now, if they found something else, that's one thing. But I'm going by what they sold the American people on and what they told us that they were looking for. They did not find.
So that basketball's still spinning, huh?
Well, until you show me that it stopped, it is. I played a whole bunch of basketball in my day.
And you never seen a ball stop spinning in midair?
I told you, a knuckleballer, yes.
Oh yeah, knuckleball. That has no spin at all.
That knuckleball was spinning slowly, but it kind of floats. But there was some turn. There was still some turn to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Until you show me that a ball was shot that was spinning and it stopped spinning in midair before it got to the basket, how can I believe it?
Okay, I want somebody to come on here. I know there's somebody here listening. All these subscribers. Remember, when you listen to the broadcast, hit the like button so this thing can get played across the world so more people can see it. So YouTube has this algorithm. So anybody who's watching this, hit the thumbs up. The algorithm's gonna say, hey, send this to more people. And I want to find out if anybody could tell me if that ball could stop spinning in midair and prove, give some information to, the book is always open, but I think this time the page isn't turning.
So the question is, if it stops spinning, what does that prove?
That proved that there's some type of something coming in contact with that rotation or with that.
But when you say it's something, you got to tell me what. If you can't explain, if you can't explain the whole thing, if you can just give me a part of it and say, well, that's it, that ain't proof. All that says is, okay, a ball stopped spinning, but that don't prove that there was anything controlling it.
Yes, that you will call
you gotta show me what was controlling it.
Well, the thing about that is, to me, it's the smoke. And they say where there's smoke. So you look for the smoke first.
But then
you can find the fire.
But you gotta get to the fire. At some point, you gotta show me the fire. Yeah, okay, I see the smoke over there. But at some point, if you want me to buy into the theory, you got to show me some fire.
You sound like some people.
You never showed me in the fire. All you did was somebody was over there smoking a cigarette and you saw some smoke. It wasn't no fire.
You sound like some people I know.
Well, again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
That's a whole nother show too. We need to get you on another show, and that's a whole nother show talking about just because somebody says something's going on don't mean something's really going on until you get proof. But that doesn't mean, hey, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it or sees it, does it still make a sound?
I don't think there's any question about that.
So it still makes a sound?
Of course it does.
Interesting. Interesting.
Because somebody don't hear it don't mean it didn't make a sound.
Thank you for that. And when we get to silver medal tonight,
a tree cannot fall without making a sound.
A tree cannot fall.
Now that's impossible.
Somebody please get on there. I know there's somebody listening. You can tell me that ball can't stop spinning unless there's another reaction acting upon it, an equal and opposite reaction.
All I'm asking you to do is show me that it happened. Right now we're talking about could it happen? I want you to show me that it did happen. Have you seen it?
On a lighter note, the Pittsburgh Steelers put something on them Dallas Cowboys last night, didn't they?
That's a lighter note. Oh, we're going to go back to talking about something we talked about earlier in the preseason game between the Cowboys and the Steelers that doesn't count for a hill of beans worth of difference. Why would we spend time on that when we got all these other things to talk about?
Well, I just want to say how some of the players actually looked out there, and I think Dallas has a really strong receiving core, and they're really going to make a difference. You guys have some great receivers on there who didn't get a chance to play.
Two or three of them didn't even play. The starters didn't even play.
The starters didn't play, but looking at the numbers that they had last season,
yes,
and we are into this season, you have they have a great receiving core. There's one young man on there. This is his second year, which is CD
Lamb out of Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. I think he's really going to be a powerhouse this year out there on the field. Looking for great things from him. I'm gonna see if I can pick him up on my fantasy team because he put up some great numbers last year. And the thing about it is, what I really wanted to get to, talking about CeeDee Lamb, I think his numbers would have been a lot higher, a lot better if Prescott wouldn't have went out. And they did an interview with him yesterday. I guess his ankle or leg's okay, but they're still questioning if his shoulder is really okay or not.
He's got a sore shoulder. It's about, to me, it's about overcompensation. When you throw the ball with your legs, when you're in the quarterback is standing back there, so he couldn't put no weight on his legs, so he just using his arm to throw, and I think it just got his arm sore. You give him rest, you give him treatment. All we're trying to do is have everybody healthy game one, day one. That's the only thing that really matters. All the talk before that for Pittsburgh and any other team, if you're healthy on day one, now let's go and play. If your running back gets hurt between now and then, you ain't gonna be happy about that.
But there's more to it than that. I really think that Prescott, he may come out seeming to be healthy on game one, but if he's not really healthy and they're just saying he is,
I don't know until we get there. We're 5 weeks away.
But he's going to be out a couple of weeks.
But we're 5 weeks out from the start of the season.
But his injury is up under the rotator cuff. He may be out the whole season.
So you're not willing to bet on that, though, are you? like you got to bet that LeBron ain't gonna play next year. You got that bet out there with Mo, right?
What was our bet?
The bet was that LeBron is not gonna play this next season.
Oh yeah.
And you still believe that?
I believe that. 100%. He's gonna focus on his children and getting them ready for the NBA. He's gonna focus on his two sons to get them ready for the NBA. That's gonna be his focus.
So that means that he ain't gonna play.
It stays the same as far as being a player.
Okay. There you go. You heard it first right here, folks, from the armchair quarterback. LeBron James is not going to play in the 21-22 season.
I believe LeBron James has bigger and better things to move on to. All them guys coming to LA, he's going to look at them like, you know what? It might be something, but with all these players we're bringing in and we still don't get a championship, what he has to worry about is his reputation. You got all the Carmelo and all the other guys coming over there. If they don't get a championship out of that.
So tell me about his reputation. Why does he have to worry about his reputation?
His reputation is legacy.
Is solid.
What's that?
His reputation is solid.
He's concerned about his profile. If he doesn't get a championship with all these people coming to LA, everything that he's done prior to that is going to be like looked at and like, you know what? You're not who you think you are.
No.
And he's going to have to live with that.
Never.
The book is open. I want you to look at this now.
If he never wins another championship, his legacy is secure. It's solid. Well, that's one man's opinion. He scored the second most points in the NBA history. He got 4 championships with 3 different teams. He went to the finals 8 straight years in a row. All of that's solid.
And everybody, we know what everybody remembers? The last thing that you did.
No, that's not true.
Yes.
That's not true.
Yes.
That's not true.
The last thing you did
I don't
is
know.
what people remember.
Well, that's what some people may remember. I remember what you did before that. And
But
if you
there's so
only
many-
remember the last thing, if that's the only thing that you remember about a player, then go for that. But
There's
that's not what the book is. The book is open to everything that you've done.
But I understand you as the book is open, but there's so many LeBron haters out there. He's going to have to take that in
But you
consideration.
can always have those haters. Those haters, no matter what he does, the haters are going to be haters. If LeBron won the next 2 in a row, there would still be haters.
And you don't think that he has concern about how people think and feel about him?
Everybody thinks about that. But whether or not this I'm saying that his legacy is secure and solid.
I
ain't talking about whether or not LeBron thinks what somebody thinks about him. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about his career. Look at his career. Compare his career to anybody else's career.
If he plays,
you already said he ain't gonna play no more.
No, I'm just saying, if he plays and doesn't get a championship with all this meat and potatoes that he's bringing to the team, he's gonna have a bad rep.
Yeah, never.
Yes,
never.
Bad rep.
Now, he may have a bad rep for the armchair quarterback and some of the haters that don't like him. Yeah, but no matter what he does, those people are not gonna like him anyway.
Oh, no,
I'm just talking about the facts of his career. If you look at the facts of his career, I will compare his career to anybody else's. Put it up there. Huh?
He cares.
I don't care. What difference does it make if he cares or not? I ain't talking about whether or not he cares. We're talking about the haters. You're talking about the haters.
He cares.
If he cares about the haters, so what?
I think he has more concern about the haters than the people who like him. You never worry about the people who like you. It's the people who hate you.
See, but again,
he has a rep.
You think differently about it. I don't think he worries about the haters at all. I don't think so. That's your opinion. My opinion is different. That's all.
LeBron cares about the haters. He's very emotional.
No, well, again, that's an opinion. And if you want that opinion, I'm okay with that. I'm telling you that when you look at his career, let's take the haters and the likers out of it. Let's look at the hard numbers.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Look at the facts.
He's a great basketball player. I've said it. He's a great basketball player. He's a great man. He does so much stuff in the community, in his community.
So why are there so many haters?
For our community.
So why are there so many haters?
Because what has happened, what I believe what has happened is the people who like him so much. It's like how I love the Steelers. And like somebody told me the other day.
But the same thing with the other direction is the same people that hate him.
I'm about to make a point.
So much because of Michael Jordan.
I'm about to make a point that I talk about the Steelers because I love the Pittsburgh Steelers so much. Somebody asked me, how do you think people feel about the way you feel about the Steelers? And I said, that's out of all the teams, out of all the sports, the Pittsburgh Steelers are my #1 team that I love my Steelers.
Okay.
And people may get tired of me saying that, or people may not like the way I feel about my team, right?
Right.
So therefore, I may care about that. And even that person said, how do you think people feel? Because they feel a certain type of way about how I feel about that.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, he's going to.
Does that matter to you, Curtis, how they feel about you and your Steelers?
Yes.
Why?
Because it makes me love them even more.
But why does it matter? That doesn't matter. You're going to love them no matter what.
That makes me love them even more.
So help me understand.
I think he has a concern about the way people feel about him.
But why? Because he's going to be who he's going to be anyway. Just like you're going to feel like you feel about your Steelers. You don't really care about whether or not they like you and how you like your Steelers. You really don't. Because you're going to love your Steelers whether they like the way you love them or not, aren't you?
Well, it does.
Are they going to ever change your mind about your Steelers?
I'm never going to change my mind, but you know what I love? To be able to watch my Steeler game and people will be around me who's not a Steeler fan. So when Dallas plays the Steelers, if they ever play them again and we know how the outcome's going to be,
Yeah, Cowboys gonna kick that butt.
Yeah, like I said, the Steelers are gonna whip them so badly that
yeah. Well,
no Dallas fans wants to be around.
Again, we're both offering opinions, and it's like a nose. Everybody got one.
Everybody got one.
Yeah, kind of like an asshole. I'm sorry. Everybody got one of them too.
Yeah, my nose is crooked right now.
But what does it? So you know, Kurt. Let me just tell you, I love my Cowboys like you love your Steelers, and I don't care if whoever thinks about me about my Cowboys. I don't care nothing about them.
Right.
I have and to show you.
You know why?
Because I don't care.
Because the Cowboys aren't the Steelers. That's why.
The Cowboys aren't the Steelers. The Steelers are not the Cowboys either.
I know.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with you 100%.
Two different levels.
Yeah, that's right.
Steelers?
That's right. Different level. Cowboys here, Steelers here. Yes. Yes. That's exactly right. Yes. See, you feel about your Steelers the way I feel about my Cowboys. Nothing I'm going to say going to change your mind. Nothing you're going to say going to change my mind. Nothing. And you don't care about that. You can tell me that you care about if people like you about your Steelers. You don't really care because you're going to like your Steelers no matter what. You said it makes you love them even more.
There you go. So this is love and life.
Right. So you really don't care about those people. You really don't. You're just telling us that. The bottom line is, though, when it comes to LeBron James, you got lovers and you got haters. The people that hate LeBron James, they hate LeBron James because they love Michael Jordan so much. They don't want nothing to approach Michael Jordan. That's the only reason that they hate LeBron James. Because if you think about what LeBron James has done in his career, on the floor and off the floor, tell me what he's done wrong. He's never been in trouble, never been in any issue. He built a school back in his hometown for kids that had nowhere to go. So he's done all these things, and he's won championships.
He's a great man.
I don't believe for 1 second that Michael Jordan could have won 3 different teams and won championships with 3 different teams.
Let me make my fact now. He's a great man. I will say LeBron is a great man. But at the same time, I think the people who love him so much build him up to be more than he really is.
Like what?
Jordan was great, and he is who he was, and Kobe was great, and he is who he is. But I think people built up LeBron to be more than what he is.
So you don't think nobody built up Michael Jordan above that?
No.
I
think the numbers speak. The number, Jordan.
No matter what anybody else ever does in the NBA, Jordan, nobody's ever going to measure up to Michael Jordan. And I think it's wrong.
Never.
Right.
Ever.
And again, that's your opinion, and it's just like everybody else, because there's a generation of people that never saw Michael Jordan play. They watched LeBron James, and in their minds, Michael is not LeBron. And the people that watch LeBron will never be Michael. You know what I'm saying? But in their prime, right now, in their prime, if both of them in their prime, of all the players in their prime, you would take Michael Jordan first.
I take Michael Jordan, then I take Kobe Bryant, and then
and I would take Magic Johnson, then I take Kareem.
See, but really?
Yes. And tell me where I'm wrong at. What have they done? What has he done that they haven't done?
I'd have LeBron. He'd be probably my 4th or 5th pick.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
I really think the fans have built him up to be more than what he really is.
The fans? How did they do that?
The fans.
How?
The people who love LeBron so much really love LeBron.
See, I feel like that about Michael Jordan. The people that love Michael Jordan so much, no matter what anybody else does, they'll never be able to measure in their minds to Michael Jordan. But there are people that didn't see Michael Jordan play. But let me just tell you, my older brother and the group that came before me, they 5, 6, they'll tell you Oscar Robertson was the best. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. See, because it's just a different era. It's a different generation. See, to me, Magic Johnson, he's my guy. He's my guy.
Magic, okay.
There it is. He made people better.
He's your top guy.
Huh?
So Magic's your top guy over every other player.
Yes.
When somebody says Jordan, you say Magic.
Yes.
When somebody says LeBron, you say Magic.
Yes.
Interesting.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's all in the eye of the beholder, brother.
But how many people will you get to say, we're here say that Magic over Jordan?
I don't care how many people. See, that's the point. I don't care what they think. I'm telling you about me. What their thoughts are their thoughts. They're not mine. Their opinion is their opinion. It's not mine. And all we got is an opinion. That's all we got.
All we got.
That's it. That's it.
No, we got numbers. We got facts. We got stats.
Well, you don't want to do that, because if you put up stats and stuff like that, then LeBron, if you put up stats, Bill Russell won 11. So where does Michael fit?
That's a different era and different way of playing basketball.
See, when I said, I just finished telling you it's a different era.
But it's a totally different way of playing basketball.
Huh?
That's a totally different way of playing basketball back then.
Well, again, it's the same thing. It's a different era. If you talk about the folks that played those days, the older guys, they'll tell you about Oscar Robertson. Then you got the group of people that'll tell you Michael Jordan. If you talk to my son, who is 26 years old, he'll tell you LeBron James. You want to tell him he's wrong because it's Michael. He'll tell you you're wrong because it's LeBron. So ain't nobody wrong. It's just your opinion of who you like better. You can put up, because if you put up the numbers, if you look at the numbers, he scored more points than Michael. He got more rebounds than Michael. He got more assists than Michael. The only thing he don't have more than Michael is 2 less championships. But Michael got 5 less championships than Bill Russell.
Who's played more games?
LeBron James. Who got more rebounds? LeBron James. Who got more assists? LeBron James. Who got more points? Who got more playoff wins? Who got more appearances in the playoffs? Who got more appearances in the finals? All of that is LeBron James. All of that.
Is it because he played more games?
Because he was winning. See, you only play those games in the playoffs is because you keep winning. That's the reason that he got more playoff wins, is because he won every year. He winning every year. He's in the playoffs all the time. He's going to the finals all the time. That's why he won more games, because he was always there. That's the only way you can get more games, is you keep winning to keep getting there every year. So when you go to the finals in the NBA 8 straight years, which Michael never did, then you're going to have more games played. But you won more games. That's how you got there. That's how you got to continue to keep playing, is because
that's what you're saying.
Winning.
That's what you're saying. I thought he just played more games because he played more years, or they had more games in.
Well, regular season, yes, but not playoffs.
But but I'm
not playoffs. But the reason that you won, the reason that he did that is because he won.
So
he wouldn't have got those number of games played.
Who played more regular season games?
LeBron. He played more years.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but we talk about
it's got to be higher when you play more games. Even if you score 5 points. If I play more games and I scored 5 more points because I played more games, of course my numbers are higher.
Okay, so tell me what that means, though.
He played more games, so his stats should be higher.
Not necessarily. No.
Oh no, that's true. And I agree with you on that. Not necessarily that he played more games, so his stats are higher. But the fact of the matter is that
you can play games, but
so
you have to. But you had to have won. I keep putting the emphasis on winning. No, it's not the number. You got to win those games. When you play them, if you don't win them, then you don't get to keep going. So you don't have as many.
Hold on.
Okay.
Regular season.
Let's pull them up now.
Hold on, regular season. We're talking about regular season.
Oh, no. See, I wasn't talking regular season.
But hold on now.
I wasn't talking regular season.
Can I ask you a question?
Because you don't win no championships in the regular season. You win championships in the playoffs.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? Who's played more regular season games?
LeBron James.
Okay.
Who played more years? LeBron James.
Okay, there you go. I was going to get to that question eventually. Yeah. So LeBron has played more games. He's played more regular season games and he's played more years in basketball. Right?
Yes. Right.
In the NBA.
Yes.
Put it that way. Okay.
Because he didn't play no college games.
Okay.
Michael played 3 years. Michael played 3 years in college.
Yes, sir. So LeBron comes straight out of high school.
Straight out of high school, getting 25 a night as soon as he hit the NBA. I
don't think I have to say it anymore, but he's a great man, LeBron James. He's played more games than Jordan in the NBA. He's played more seasons than Jordan in the NBA.
Yes.
I'm equating the number of games and the number of seasons compared to the two and saying, okay, LeBron has scored more points than Jordan.
Okay.
And just because you play more games don't mean you're going to score more points. But the fact of the matter is he got more points and he has more games.
I agree with everything you said. That doesn't change my thoughts. That don't change my opinion because you didn't win no playoff. You didn't win no championships with regular season games.
Oh, no.
The only reason you won championships is because you won playoff games.
Oh, no, I didn't say anything about championships. I didn't even bring championships into
but
it.
But I did because that's how you, aren't you not using playoff games? Aren't you using championships to determine who's the better player?
No, I was just on the fact of the matter of somebody scoring more points because they played more games. And it's not necessarily meaning that just because somebody played more games, they score more points. But I'm just saying the fact of the matter is LeBron has played more games.
No doubt.
And he has more points than Jordan.
No doubt. Okay. So finish the circle. Tell me.
That was it.
Oh,
I'm just saying who has more points. You said he scored more points.
I said he scored more points. I said he got more rebounds.
Yes, sir.
Yes. He got more assists.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. But
he played more minutes. He played more games.
Yes, sir. And we're taking out the playoff part of the picture of it. And I'm just saying,
when I started talking about
his stats should be higher.
About Curtis,
his stats should be higher.
But the conversation started about who would I pick. And I wouldn't pick them on regular season. I'm picking them on their career. Remember, I kept saying, let's look at their career.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
You can't take the playoffs out of the career. That's an integral part of who that person is and why they're considered to be so great is because of what they did when it was on the line, when the games was on the line and the championships is on the line. So you can't separate playoff from regular season. They intertwined.
I understand what you're saying. When you talk about greatness and all that stuff and factoring the whole picture in, I get it.
That's what we were talking about is greatness. But that's what the conversation started about was who was the greatest.
But besides that part about being the greatest, I'm just saying LeBron scored more points and he's played in more games than Jordan. I'm just saying that part of that greatness is because he's played more.
Okay. So that means he was more durable?
No. It means he played more games, so he should have higher stats.
If that's what you want to say, brother, go for that.
He's played more games, so he should have higher stats. At his level,
if you want to equate their greatness to high stats because of the games played, do that. Go for it. But that doesn't guarantee because there are other players that play more games that don't have the stats. There are other players that have played just as many games as Michael Jordan that don't have the stats of Michael Jordan.
But we were just comparing the two great. We're just comparing the two great ones.
Okay.
We were comparing LeBron.
So the other stats of other players that play more games don't count.
No, we were comparing Jordan and we were comparing James.
And are we comparing greatness or not?
We're comparing their stats and what's considered them to be great, and why one.
So if that's the case, how do you separate the playoffs from that?
how do I separate the playoffs?
Right.
I'm separating the playoffs, taking out the number of, I know LeBron has played more games because he's won more and gotten to more playoff games. I understand that. That's why I was saying is focusing on regular season, LeBron has played more regular season games. So if his numbers are higher, what we have to do really is, me being a numbers guy, I got to sit down and figure this out and say, hey, regular season is games. This person has played this many. This person has played this many. How many points per game has each person scored?
Now you get into it, because when you play those games, you also have to score points in those games. Because just because you play them, don't guarantee that you're gonna get those points.
Right.
All it means is that you get those minutes, but you don't necessarily get the points. You got to actually perform in the games that you play.
So what we'd do, we'd say, out of if they both played, Jordan Max had 300 games. We would stop at 300 games for LeBron and see who scored the most points.
Well, let me just tell you, in a career, LeBron has played 266 playoff games.
Not regular season.
No, I'm saying that's the playoffs. That's how many playoff games he had.
I understand.
I'm talking about regular season games he played?
Regular season.
Regular season games, LeBron has played 1,310, 1310.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me pull up Michael and tell you what Michael had. Tell you really quickly here. There's Michael Jordan right there. Okay, so now Michael Jordan has played regular season 1,072.
So LeBron has played 200 and let me do my adding tool.
Okay, now in playoff games, LeBron played 266. Michael Jordan played 179.
Hold on, so 1310, right?
1310 and 1,072. That's regular season.
0.72. Okay, so LeBron has played 238 more regular season games.
Right. Michael only played 13 years.
So
LeBron played, so that it's gonna always make a difference in that.
Okay, so he's played 238 more games. And how many points does LeBron average per game?
Well,
so even if he scored, if Jordan's average was 20 points per game and LeBron's was 20 points per game, LeBron would have more scored points than Jordan.
LeBron averaged in his career for all his games 27 points.
Okay.
And he has played, right now, he has played 18 seasons. So Michael only played 13 seasons. So it's 5 more years, 5 more seasons.
Yes, sir.
So his numbers are going to be larger.
Yes, sir. And you're going to, that's what I'm saying. You're going to help me with
but we already knew that. We already knew he played more games.
But we're talking about those stats help people. Those stats are a factor in to consider greatness.
But you did it for all the games. You didn't do it for just the first 1,072. You kept doing it for those other games too. That other 200 and some games, you were still getting that same 27, 28 a night.
So you know something we'd have to figure out, right? And at 1,072 games, what was Jordan's average and what was LeBron's average on 1,072 games?
Which 1,072 are you going to take though?
The first 1,072, not including.
So the last 5. So you ain't gonna count the last 5 years of his career then.
Oh, I'm just saying we would go the number of games per year, and then the number of games that they both played. So if Jordan only played 13 seasons, we'd stop at 13 seasons for LeBron. If Jordan only played 1,072 games, we stop at 1,072 games, and then we'll see what were their average that they scored for that period, for that equal amount, and then who scored the most.
So then So then help me understand.
Who scored the most then?
Well, we'd have to sit down and pull the numbers up to do that. But help
Yes,
me
sir.
understand, why does that matter? Help me connect the dots as to what difference does that make? Because for every game that let me finish. For every game that LeBron played more than Michael, he still had to get those same numbers in order to be where he is.
All I'm trying to say is the difference would be we'd have some true numbers on exactly where they were, or how great you can say how great they really are.
We don't know that we don't know that Michael could have played at that level for 5 more years.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
what he did do.
I'm just saying
you're not saying that, but that's what I'm saying.
But what he did do.
You got to figure that in, because the last 5 years of his career, he's
speculation. That's all speculation.
No, it's not. The last 5 years of LeBron's career, he still put those numbers up. That's a fact. That's not speculation.
Okay, but the fact of the matter is, but the speculation part
it would be speculating on Michael's part.
Yes, sir.
Not on LeBron's part. We only be able to speculate on Michael, not on LeBron.
That's what I was commenting on when you said about Michael. That's all speculation on Michael if he'd have played that many more seasons. But the fact of the matter is they both played 1,072 games. That's a fact. They both played that many games. The fact of the matter, how many seasons did Jordan play? The fact of the matter is that they both played, what, you said 13 seasons? Or
13 seasons.
They both played 13 seasons, and they both played 1,072 games.
At least.
Well, Jordan played regular season 1,072 games.
Right.
Regular season games.
Yes.
That's the number. That's the only number I'm looking at. So 1,072 games, both of them played. 13 seasons, both of them played. We take those numbers and say, in them 13 seasons, them 1,072 games, how many points did they each score? Who has the most points out of that? Out of those, using those specs, those stats, those numbers.
Okay.
Who has the most points?
Okay.
Who's done the most? Not counting playoffs.
See, but okay.
Not counting playoffs. We're talking about regular season. And then when you do that,
we can't be talking.
When you do that,
if we only going to talk regular season, we cannot talk greatness.
When we're doing that, now you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not changing anything. I'm saying
you have to make all things even. You have to make all things even to calculate and to make a determination.
Listen to what I'm saying.
All things even.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Wow.
All I'm saying is that even under that circumstance, that narrow circumstance that you're talking about in the regular season, that doesn't, to me, equate to greatness. When I start talking about greatness, I don't separate his career. You can't take the playoffs and the regular season and then tell me who's great.
But Ralph, we're not saying what the book is open and an armchair QB is saying. I'm saying the numbers that are actually out there. And when you throw all that stuff into one pot and mix it up and put it on the board and calculate it, what are the facts of the matter? The facts of the matter is Jordan was a whole lot better in that 1,072 games than LeBron was. LeBron had to play more games.
But you haven't done the math.
More seasons.
You have not done the math to say that.
Oh, okay. Check this out. How about
you haven't done the math yet, have you?
You can do this. You can do this math because I know you know the numbers because the book is open. The book is open, right?
Yes.
Let me get my adding tool back up. How many more points does LeBron have career-wise than Jordan?
Are we talking with the playoffs or without the playoffs?
With the playoffs.
See, now you're adding the playoffs back in.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Before you were just saying regular season. Now you say you want to add the playoffs in.
Take off the playoffs. Take off the playoffs. How many points does LeBron have more than Jordan?
Okay, let's see here. For the playoffs, just to give you an idea, I will give you LeBron's playoff numbers.
No. I want playoff numbers. Don't care about playoff numbers. Regular season numbers. We're talking regular season.
Okay.
Regular season. How many points has LeBron scored over his career in regular season?
The regular season.
Yes, sir.
Okay. According to this, career for the regular season, LeBron James has, oh well, 1 second. Okay. Regular season points. That's everything. Okay, here we go. Okay, regular season, LeBron has, well, wait a minute. I guess I didn't get to the right place here. Total number of points. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, here we go. Here the totals are. For regular season, LeBron has 35,367 points.
Okay, cool. 35,367. Regular season.
Yes.
And how about the MJ, the great one?
Me. Okay. The great one for totals. Here we go, total. Regular, okay, oh, shucks, hold it. Okay, that's the per game. We're gonna get totals, here we go. Totals, he has 32,292.
Okay, so LeBron has 3,075 more points than Jordan.
Now divide that number by 5.
$615. So
Okay.
on average, LeBron would have scored 615 more points those extra 5 seasons to get to that number if they both scored the same amount of points in each game for 1,072 games. No, yes. So then you do 1,072 plus that 615 times 5 would give that extra amount of points, that 3,075 points that LeBron has scored. So we'd have to look, and you said he did 27 points per game, how many games per season? And does that average out? So they may have scored.
Every season, he didn't play 72 games 82 games every season. It just depends on the season.
I understand.
But,
so would it make him out to be? I'm thinking, would it make him out to be that they may have scored just about the same amount of points in the same amount of games?
Except for one thing, Curtis.
Because LeBron has more points for 5 more seasons.
Yeah, but except for one thing. Do we know that Michael could have sustained that for 5 more seasons? We don't know that.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, but Curtis, you can't eliminate that.
But that's not what we're saying, though.
Okay, well,
that's not what we're saying.
We can talk about it however you want to talk about it.
That's not what we're saying. All we're saying
that's not what you're saying. What I'm telling you, though, is that to have the longevity. Okay.
I'm listening to you. I'm just saying that's beside the point. I'm listening to you.
I'm telling you that is the point. I'm telling you that is the actual point. Is that could Michael have sustained that same level of excellence for 5 more years that LeBron was able to do? You don't think that's important? I do.
No, it's not. I'm just saying.
Not to you.
Within that time frame, 1,072 games. Let me look above that so you can see me. 1,072.
No, you're never going to get me to agree with that, Curtis.
1,072
Under no circumstances can you tell me that Michael could have sustained that same level of excellence, because if you look at Michael's last couple of years when he came back, he didn't do it.
Oranges and apples.
Not to you, not to me.
Not to you, but to me, oranges and apples.
Okay, well again.
You know why?
So tell me what that proves. So at the end of the day, tell me what that proves.
All I'm trying to say is that it's a possibility that when you look at the same amount of games, same amount of seasons, I believe that those 2 gentlemen, James and Jordan, may have scored the exact all with just about the same amount of points when you count the amount of games and the amount of seasons.
Okay.
So where Jordan's not here and James isn't here,
Okay.
that many, they may be actually
equal
in greatness.
Okay.
And Jordan isn't better than Jordan isn't better than James, and James isn't better than Jordan when you put those numbers together.
There you go. So then they're equal.
I gotta get those numbers. I got some numbers now. No, I'm saying it's a possibility.
You just been telling me that they were equal. If they would be about the same number of points and everything, they would be equal. You just said that.
They would be equal. Yes, they would be equal at that number. But as of right now, James has more points.
Well, he played more years. But the question I have for you, though, that you're avoiding is, could Michael have done the same thing and to sustain that same level of scoring and excellence for 5 more years that LeBron has shown you that he did? Could Michael have done that?
The only reason why I didn't want to answer that question, because I was trying to get through the one fact before we clouded the information with saying whether Jordan, because it's all speculation, whether Jordan could have made speculation on Jordan's part that he could have maintained whatever he was doing for 5 more years as LeBron has. So I didn't want to cloud the fact of the matter of the number of games and number of points, who had more and who had less, or was it equal in when you use that criteria. I didn't want to cloud the matter of the fact that the information. So as far as Jordan, 5 more years, I really can't say. I could say, I don't know. I got to try to remember back when Jordan walked away from the league, what kind of condition was he in?
Well, what I can tell you is that when you look at his last couple of years that he was playing for Washington, he didn't maintain that same level.
He was fading. He was definitely fading.
Right. And what I'm saying is that 5 years, LeBron hadn't faded. He's still playing at that same level. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to cut Michael down. I'm just telling you that 5 years, that additional 5 years, LeBron didn't slide. He is still maintaining that same level of excellence for 5 additional years after the 13 that he would have played like Michael. That 1072 that you're talking about, for the next 5 years, he still maintained that same level of excellence. And we can see by the numbers that those last 2 years of Michael, he has slid considerably down.
Yes, sir.
That's all I was saying.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trying to say Michael is better or LeBron is better. When we start talking about greatness, though, and we look at all the numbers, all I'm saying is that he's been able to still maintain that same level of excellence for an additional 5 years.
So you agree with me then that Jordan is better?
No, I don't. That was pretty clear, wasn't it? I didn't stutter, did I?
No, but
I said straight out. No, I didn't say Michael is better. I didn't say LeBron was better either. Who did I say I would take if we're starting a team and they was all in their prime?
Magic Johnson. So
I'm not arguing that LeBron is better or Michael is better, am I? No, because it ain't about the numbers necessarily. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. It ain't all in the numbers.
It's all about the numbers, baby. It's all about the numbers.
No, it ain't.
That's why they keep them stats. That's why they keep them stats.
For you, it is. But who did I tell you that I would take? I told you straight out who I would take, didn't I?
Who'd you take second?
Kareem.
Who'd you take over LeBron and Jordan?
They're equal. Because I told you, if I was starting my team, you gave me 5 players. I told you Kareem. I told you Magic and Michael would be my guards. Kareem would be my center. My power forward probably would have to be Tim Duncan. And my other forward, no, my power forward wouldn't be Tim Duncan. I take that back. LeBron James would be my small forward. My power forward would be Akeem Olajuwon. So I got Akeem across the front line would be Akeem, Kareem, and LeBron and Michael and Magic out front.
There you have it. LeBron made the team.
So
even though he was
so tell me who your 5 would be.
He made the
He gonna make the team.
He
gonna make any team. You can't have a top 5 and not have LeBron on it. Now, of course, unless you straight out of DC that came up with who did he come up with?
I think he had all point guards.
he had Allen Iverson.
I had Iverson.
Right, and he also had my man here from Atlanta.
I had Iverson, Curry, Jordan. I think I said
really.
Oh yeah, and who else?
Iverson, Curry, and Jordan is 3 of your top 5 players of all time.
That'd be my team.
Okay.
Iverson, Curry, and Jordan.
Who gonna get rebounds for you? And who
rebounds?
Yes.
Who's missing a shot?
Everybody.
Ain't nobody missing a shot.
Ain't nobody make 100%. Ain't nobody shooting 100%.
Ain't nobody shooting 100%. They all gonna shoot about.
Ain't nobody shooting 60% except for the big man in the paint.
Hey, Jordan driving, Steph on the outside.
Do you want me to tell you what Jordan shooting? You want me to tell you what Jordan shooting?
That'd be such a high scoring game.
Do you want me to tell you what Jordan's shooting percentage was?
Oh shit, yeah, but still though, he still scored a lot.
I didn't say he didn't score, but you said who gonna miss a shot. I'm telling you who gonna miss a shot. Everybody on the team.
They're all gonna miss shots.
Right. So I asked you, who gonna get rebounds when they miss the shot?
Jordan get his own rebound. Jordan get his own rebound if he wanted to.
See, now you just poking at me.
Oh no! I'm
yeah,
serious.
you are. Yeah, you are. Because Michael was never a great rebounding guard. You know he wasn't. Come on, Mike. Curtis, you know Michael wasn't a great rebounder. That wasn't his deal.
Didn't have to, but he get his own rebound.
Okay.
Who else? And I'm trying to think who I said my two big men would be.
I think you may have said Shaq. Did you say Shaq or Moses Malone?
I may have said. I don't think I said. I think those were the straight out of DC.
Okay.
I said. Who did I say? I can't think who. I don't think who. Can't think who I'd have down there. I might even add KD to that. I'm telling you, we don't need to get rebounds.
Well, you know what? Now that I'm looking back here at his numbers, this is showing that Michael. This is Michael Jordan for his that's his per game, and then his career stats. Yeah, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, Curtis. He played 13 seasons with Chicago, and he played 2 seasons with Washington. So he actually played 15 seasons.
Okay,
versus 13 seasons.
So that make it better with the numbers being so much closer.
That's what we were talking about. That's what you said. You said the details is in the number. So that 3,000, you wouldn't divide it by 5. You divide it by 3. So that's 1,000 more points versus 600. And all I'm saying is they're all great players. None of them are slouches, right? They're all great players. Every one of them. But, you know, when we start saying one guy's head and shoulders above another guy, like I just don't buy it.
How many points per game did Jordan score?
For his career?
LeBron was averaging 27 points.
Yes. You want Jordan's career?
He averaged 30 points per game.
Who did?
The great one. The great one. Michael Jordan. 30 points per game.
Yes. Over 15 years.
Over 15 years. 30 points per game.
Right. That's correct.
Just saying.
But what? No, I don't know what you're saying, because again, you also said that they were even. You put this up there together. Michael and LeBron right there side by side. Nobody's above, nobody's below, right there side by side.
Just
and
saying.
I said, if I was starting my team and everybody in their prime, I'd take Magic. So I said. Then you said, well, who would you take number 2? I said, Kareem.
Oh, yeah. I think I said I'd have Magic on the team. I'm trying to remember if I said Magic. I'm trying to remember who my 2 big men would have been.
I tell you what, if you got Michael, Magic, Steph Curry, and Allen Iverson, you ain't gonna get a whole bunch of rebounds. You're gonna miss a bunch of shots.
I think the whole lot gonna be going in.
You're gonna miss half though.
Yeah, each of them gonna fire up probably like 36 shots a game.
But you're gonna miss half. You're gonna miss half per game. Everybody gonna shoot at least under 50%, 50% or lower. Everybody. So that means you're gonna miss half the shots that you take. Somebody got to get a rebound, and Michael ain't the one. So you know.
Yeah. But between those guys, that's like 180 points in a game that they'll score.
No, because they're gonna have to. Well, they're gonna be giving up 181 because they're gonna have to guard. You ain't got nobody that's gonna. You ain't got nobody to guard Akeem. You ain't got nobody to guard Magic. You ain't got nobody to guard Kareem.
Defense.
You ain't got nobody to guard those guys. And LeBron.
Hey, full court.
Somebody got to guard somebody.
Who's gonna bring the ball down?
Defense?
Who's gonna bring the ball down? Magic.
What about him?
Who's gonna bring the ball down court for you? Magic.
Magic is my point guard.
Magic's gonna bring full court press.
Magic is my point guard.
Somebody got to throw it into him.
You bring anybody you want to bring.
Full
Magic is still my point guard. And I got Akeem, Kareem, and LeBron. LeBron can bring the ball down if I wanted to.
I got Isaiah on Magic.
You didn't say Isaiah.
On Inbound. Huh?
You said Iverson.
Iverson. I'm sorry, Iverson. I got Iverson on Magic on the inbound pass.
Okay. Then who you got guarding? Who guarding LeBron?
Who's anybody?
Who's guarding Akeem?
Akeem is down court. You got to get the ball in and get down court. Unless you're going to throw it down there every time. Akeem's all the way down court. He's standing down there waiting for somebody to come down.
Who got LeBron? Who got LeBron?
Jordan. And
so you don't think he can get the ball into LeBron?
Oh, they'll get the ball in every now and again, but that's full court press. We can full court pressing.
So once they get it in, the other players can't come up and help, though, is what you're saying. Akeem can come and Magic, and they can't come.
Dude, Magic's guarded. Magic's already guarded.
Well, remember, I had Michael on my team.
No, so Michael's going to be guarding himself. We're going to put Michael on Michael. See how that turns out. But when he's on offense, when he's on defense, he's on my side. So we're gonna put Jordan on Jordan. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. It's gonna take a long time to get to the recording.
Another edition of Sports Talk with Attitude.
I tell you, for all of us Jordan fans out there, the great one, and everybody else who likes the other guy, stay tuned. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Sports Talk with Attitude. But always, the book is always open.
Always.
The Armchair QB. See y'all next time around. Thank you very much.
All right, man.